Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast. Welcome to episode 158 of the Hop Nation USA Podcast. And this week we have something completely new and different. And hopefully it doesn't turn into a complete shit show, but no like promises. Yeah.
Why change now? Never invite that guy on again. Okay?
Look, every episode has to start out normal and seem okay in case there's a brand new listener and they don't shut it off right away.
That's how you do it. Start over.
Yeah. But yes, as you can hear, we have a number of voices in the background giggling and being snarky. So this is our great big end of season Brews Brothers SuperQuiz. And that means I want to welcome you all into the anti-Brews Brothers autonomous zone. This is where we're at
Brews
now.
Brothers? What is Brews Brothers? Should I have done something?
Dude made a sign for this.
Yes.
There's no underline under anti.
Doesn't matter. It's good enough. The sign is good enough. But yes, with that, I will introduce all of our guests this evening. First, we have our regular host, my Ben Stein, to the Ben Stein's money setup of this game, Adam.
Thank you. Thank you. I believe you would be the Jimmy Kimmel to my Ben Stein.
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was the money.
He's both.
I can be the Monty Hall. I can be whatever I need to be because it's my game.
That's right. He pulls the strings. He can do what he damn well pleases.
To my left, as according to the video gallery, we have returning co-host Kelsey.
Hello.
And going around counterclockwise below her, returning guests Nikki and Eric.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Jason Cercone is in the center square this evening.
Brews Brothers, rock on.
And to his right, we have Tom Wagner.
Cheers.
And below him, we have Sean from In Poor Taste podcast, returning from last week. I don't know why.
I apologize in advance.
That episode's still going on, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
And last but not least, we have other returning co-host and CEO of First Sip Brewbox, Dennis.
What's up, beer fam? Glad to be back. Ready to get down and dirty.
And award winner, you forgot that.
Oh, that's true.
And Crushy Gold Award winner. That's news.
And background haver.
Yes, also background haver.
This is true. We get around.
With that in mind, though, let's start with Dennis and work our way backwards in the snake of what's everybody drinking tonight.
That's a weird saying. But
it's a fantasy football saying.
Oh, that might explain why I have no idea about it. So what I'm having tonight is a Norwegian farmhouse ale coming in from Allegheny City or Abjuration Brewing. ABC, ACB. It mixes me up sometimes. Letters are letters. From Abjuration Brewing out of McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. Super tasty brew. Excited to dig into another one. It's one of my favorite ones that they've done.
Sean, what you got?
What I had and just downed, if you're watching on video, was the last of my Labatt Blue there, which gets me started out after my meal here to kind of cleanse the palate. But I will be drinking another. I'm boring, so I'm just going to go back to the old standby Penn Brewery IPA. I enjoy it. I know some people turn their nose up at it that are snobby, but fuck snobby people.
And to be fair, Sean did show us his haul of like 3 cases of that Penn Brewery IPA that he bought at the beginning of quarantine, so he hasn't run out.
He's backing it up.
Yeah.
Lots of cases, lots of bottles of liquor. If you're going to go into a quarantine, you got to do it right.
Fair enough.
If you've ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, once you start a collection, it's difficult to stop.
True. Tom, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking NitroYellowbridge Brewing, their midnight pineapple upside down cake. The kids have brought this on tonight. I had it the other day, and tonight I need another one. Got to go with those slightly higher ABV beers to deal with some of that stuff.
So Tom's got his rowdy ass kids, and they are driving him to drink. Jason?
I've had a bunch of Labatt Blues today, too, so I'm officially on vacation. Now I'm on to the Levity Brewing Tang Glider Strawberry Fruited Sour Ale.
Ooh.
My favorite from that series. It's pretty much like Gatorade almost, which can get a little dangerous, but they're only like 4.5%. So
So it
super
gives
fresh and
Anchulas a
super
hang.
good.
Fair enough. And to our first video screen that's been featuring a cat, Nikki and Eric.
It's a Hightower Rural Graffiti. The double IPA.
Man, that sounds good.
What's the ABV on that?
I think it's 8. It was released this past weekend with their
8.
Through My Lens strawberry lemonade, which was also, we have some of that. It's amazing.
Which is usually a pretty good series. So, yeah.
Yes.
And to our other person who's had a cat on video, Kelsey.
I had to go to the back of the beer fridge because my craft is running real low right now. But I found a Southern Tier Nitro Creme Brulee Imperial Milk Stout back there.
That's a fun one.
I'm very happy.
I was drinking out of this earlier.
Oh, nice.
And I switched because I wanted to rock the old Penn Brewery logo. So
All right. I
this is
just
for
have
the
a very
YouTube-
boring from Crate and Barrel pint glass because that's all I could find.
Yes. Hey, that's a nice looking pint glass, though.
Thank you. Crate and Barrel.
That's the job, for sure.
And I'm going to skip myself for the minute to jump over to Adam so he's not last in the beer show and tell.
For
Well, I
those
do
that Dennis
appreciate
held
that.
up his glass, and he's also rocking the logo on his glass.
Oh, yeah.
The Abjuration.
Oh, he's all business all the time.
Yeah, Dennis matched
So-
purposely.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it messing you up,
down there
Dennis.
in the corner.
Like NASCAR for the beer world.
That's called
Hey,
bullshit.
man,
on-
I don't know who's
on it.
watching.
You were confused by it before, but it's right in front of you. Just look down and read it. Now he's got it facing the camera like a true professional.
Well played, Sean. Well played.
Yes. So for me, I'm actually going outside the state of Pennsylvania. I'm going with RAR Brewing with their Pulp. This is a pale ale. It's an orange and citrus pale ale. Steve, by the way, this is a preview to a future episode because I got more of these in the fridge.
Where are they out of?
They are out of Cambridge, Maryland. That's along the Eastern Shore.
Oh.
Yes.
So did you go and visit the brothers or something?
No,
Hey,
I know
brother.
a guy that knows a guy.
Fair enough.
So shout out to my buddy Dave for setting us up for that. So top tip, we're going to be having more of them soon.
Good deal. I'm into it.
Me too. This is surprisingly a rather fresh pale ale. I'm about it.
Are you guys going to start getting back together for podcasting now that we're green?
It's possible. The one problem we've talked about it for future episodes is that I don't want to necessarily, we record out of Adam's house and we don't necessarily want to bring people in that we don't know where they've been.
True.
Steve, don't worry. I have 2 cans of each going forward.
Okay.
So I got one for me and one for you.
Neat.
Well, you guys are going to want to stop your episode tradition of breathing directly into each other's mouths.
Listen, it's our show, and we'll do what we
I'm sorry.
want.
I'm sorry.
We
Don't step in my mouth.
Stop.
we can still do that because we know that we're not infected. It's the guests that we can't breathe into.
Oh, okay.
But
What if you show up and
What was
you
it
say,
that-
I don't know where that beer's been. You might know where the person's been, but you don't know where that beer's been.
Yeah, according to the internet, that's not how it works, you guys.
Well, I know where this beer's been because this is the beer that's been in my fridge. Hell yeah.
That's old school.
Classic glasses.
Damn, we going way back.
The Rausch beer.
Yes, drinking the Marzen from Schlenkerla because
Treating yourself.
yeah, to treat myself. We're at the end of all of this nonsense with Brews Brothers.
So
I
this is the
figured-
equivalent of having a cigarette after sex, right?
Right.
Or a
You're
sandwich.
done with Brews Brothers, you can just go all out.
Terrible, terrible sex.
So for anybody who's been listening to the podcast for the past 8 weeks or so, you know that we've been reviewing every episode of Brews Brothers.
Is it review or slogging through?
It's slogging. Slogging is the watching. Reviewing is the action after.
Fair.
But with that in mind, we decided to bring everybody together for one last kind of jaunt into the world of this terrible ass show. Yes. But I decided to make a game out of it. And that makes it better.
As one does. They decided to make a game out of television writing, so I think you're right on.
They sure did. It seems like they played a lot of darts with finishing sentences and creating jokes.
All whammies.
Right.
They also made a game about celebrities sitting in squares, and it looks like we're recreating it here with the tic-tac-toe board.
And crackball or crash ball or whatever that was called.
Could be worse.
Crackball?
I think crackball was correct, yeah.
Crackball.
So, with that in mind, I think it's time we head to the game board.
There's a game board?
There is a game board, Adam. Welcome
Excited.
to the game board.
Oh my.
Look at this guy.
The picture of a crappy garden.
Again, we're in
the garden.
it's a shitty garden. Remember, we're in the autonomous zone.
Agile. Must be Italian.
Ah, very nice.
There's a leg lamp somewhere.
Steve wouldn't get those jokes.
Decomposed.
I wouldn't get those jokes because I don't like that movie.
It's Spanish for a whale's vagina.
Well, there's nothing else to get. It's not a complicated joke, man.
Never watched it. I don't know.
You've never seen Christmas Story?
Oh, here we go.
He hates it, but he's never seen it. It tracks.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Uh-oh, he's changing.
Get on with the show. Come on.
Yes. Time to
Can
get
you
on.
make my name closer to Jason's since he has a better taste in movies.
No. You're separated as you're supposed to be.
I do like the black and gold. Thank you for that.
So, with this in mind, I've created a game, and this game rests on one round of roundtable questions that will decide the order in which you answer the multiple choice questions. And in the roundtable question round, I will give out points as I see fit. That's how it. Yes.
Really playing God here.
So this is around the horn.
Yes, we're going around the
Stick into
horn.
the book.
We'll be going around the horn on these first questions, but then we'll move on to multiple choice. The multiple choice works is similar to our past shows, where if you can answer the question without help, you will get 2 points, or you can get multiple choice, and if you answer it with the multiple choice, you get 1 point. Every multiple choice question also has a bonus point. So if you answer correctly on the multiple choice part, then you get a chance at the bonus question for extra bonus points. I have 2 rounds of that. After every round, we'll go back to a roundtable question, and then I have one final giant roundtable question to settle it all. And
So this is basically Cones of Dunshire.
yes, yes, it is.
You forgot it's about the cones.
I'm the Maverick.
With that in mind, though, I know that we spend a lot of time on these shows with hard-ass questions, and some people go home with no points. So this time I decided I'm going to start you all out with a very easy question, in which everybody can get a point.
It's going to make me feel even worse when I don't get any points now.
Can I steal
there with you,
Dennis's
Dennis.
point?
You cannot
Do you
steal
get any
Dennis's
points
point,
for a funny
but
answer?
we are going to start going around the horn with the order that you see listed, and that means we're going to start with Jason. And the very simple question to start the show with is, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Let me think here, because this could... I just want to think of a really, really shitty show.
And we all agree it's better.
We'll go with The Office.
Oh, I love it.
What is The Office?
That is a polarizing view, Jason.
But it's still not wrong, though.
It's still
No,
not
it's
wrong.
definitely not wrong.
But polarizing.
1 point to Jason. Dennis, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Well, we kind of mentioned it earlier. I'll go with Parks and Rec.
1 point to Dennis. Kelsey, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
1 point to Kelsey. Adam, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
I'll just keep this rolling. Jeopardy.
Sean, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
It's tough. I was gonna say Hop Nation USA, but I'll say Scrubs.
1 point to.
I don't want to be wrong.
I don't want to be wrong.
Tom, name a better show.
I'm going to have to go with Schitt's Creek.
1 point to Tom.
Nice choice, Tom.
Bonus point to Tom because I'm watching it right now.
Exactly. It's where I got it. I've already seen it.
That is crap.
Tom has 11 points.
Out
Or are
to
we
a
doing the
lead.
slashes?
Doing slashes, Dennis. Nikki and Eric, name a better show than Brews Brothers.
Community.
1 point to Nikki and
Ooh,
Eric.
nice.
Woo! Nailed it.
I like it. I like it.
We're all on the board.
Now that we're ahead,
Everybody's on the board.
we're gonna log out now.
All right. So, moving on to our next roundtable question. Name a beer on the draft list of Rodman's in the Brews Brothers show. And we're going to start reverse Nikki and Eric.
Wife power.
1 point.
You said that.
I said it.
Tom?
I am screwed here.
I don't think that's the name of a beer.
That's the only one I remember.
Was that their Scottish ale?
I can't take multiple choice here, can I?
No, this is roundtable just going around.
I do not know other than Vice Power. I'm going to have to take the hit.
Okay, Sean. Name a beer that they sell at Rodman's.
They definitely have the caramel mochaccino frappato handstand.
Adam, name a beer that's sold
I
at
wasn't
Rodman's.
finished.
Yes, you were.
I didn't care enough. Just pass.
Kelsey, name a beer sold at Rodman's.
Perfect Head Porter.
Kelsey gets a point.
I'm
How dare
impressed.
you, Kelsey?
Damn.
Well played.
Cheating.
Dennis, name a beer sold at Rodman's.
Only one I remember is that Monk collaboration. I do not have the name.
Half.
Give him a half a point.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do a half.
Can you put a
sign.
lowercase I? There you go.
Lowercase. Half.
Everyone knows that's how the Romans did halves.
Right. Jason, name a beer at Rodman's.
I don't remember the style, but I know the name was Rod Guzzler.
That is one of the beers sold at Rodman's.
Yeah, but he didn't know the style, so you can't give him that point.
That's fine.
He's
I don't
the
think
center
it-
square. He gets the
it was
benefit of the doubt.
It actually didn't have a style. It just
was a-
said Rod Guzzler on it.
It was a brown ale. It's fine.
It's a brownie.
All right. Moving on to our next question. And this is more of a timed event, but you each have 1 minute to name your favorite character and explain why they're a good character. So you have to defend them, actually.
Do you have to know their names?
Yes. Because you need to
That's going
name
to cause a problem.
Pass. Can I have multiple choice?
a name and such that we can identify who you're talking about.
Okay.
But
sure. Can I just
yeah.
use an accent in my answer to try and clue you in?
No, because that could be racist. So I'm not having that.
Everyone knows you don't want to be racist against the Germans.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Jason, why don't you start us off? You have 1 minute to defend your favorite character.
Gee, I wonder where I'm going with this. If anybody listened to my episode and reviewing episode 5. Sarah, of course. She's phenomenal. She looks good. Her name's Carmen Flood, and if you look up her Instagram name, it is Natural Disaster. Carmen Flood, get it? Natural Disaster. I mean, keep ticking up points, brother, because, no, you took one back?
That's like a meter.
No, she was like one of the more redeeming virtues of the show for me. So that was why I liked her. Yeah. that good? Do I get points? Can we move on?
You kind of fell short by 10 seconds, but that's good enough.
Oh, I had to fill a minute? I didn't realize I actually had to fill the minute.
If you could fill the minute, you get the maximum amount of points.
Oh, there was more points. Damn it, you didn't tell me that.
No, it's coming out very much how I want to do things.
Are we allowed to have the same favorite character?
No.
Oh, hell.
Oh, no.
Nope. Gotta pick a new character every time.
Truffle's
Is
still
this how
out there.
favorites work?
Yes. That's how favorite work in
I
this
didn't know
game.
that. Shit, I guess I don't have a favorite.
Thank
color.
you for snaking and starting with me. That was great.
Dennis, who's your favorite character in Brews Brothers and why?
And we all know I'm not going to do good on this one. So apparently the only episodes I remember is the monk ones. So I would say, to me, the old monk from, what's his name, fucking Wilhelm's Past, because, you know, number one, they really made me want to drink with a monk. Like, I was motivated to go out and drink with because they like the party. But weird things still happen. So to me, that sounds like a great night. That's it. Oh, I see some slashes on there.
Yeah, I took one away because you stopped.
No, I stopped because I had no more information.
Sister has to be infinite?
You stopped 30 seconds away. So.
Oh, shit.
Kelsey, who was your favorite character on Brews Brothers?
All right. He was only in one episode, but he made such a lasting impression on me. And his name is Laszlo Suna, the sex toy maker. His passion for crafting the perfect dildo for pleasure, and the fact that he was able to connect with Adam about shared passion was just a beautiful story of two really pretentious, over-the-top people finding each other in this crazy world to share both sex toy and beer. And the fact that he was able to save Rodman's bottling issue by giving them his discarded hollow glass dildos because heaven forbid you put a camera in them, and his one art form got rejected and he was able to save them and they were able to put beer in a glass dildo. I mean, that is just genius marketing on both parts, and it's not wasteful. So good to Laszlo.
Damn.
I wish the bars on my phone would climb that fast on my charger.
I want to ask, what other reason than pleasure would you be crafting a dildo?
I mean,
art piece.
Pleasure.
In what museum?
Medical purposes.
I guess I don't get out as much as you guys.
Given the length of his career crafting dildos, at what point do you still remain excited about making a new dildo or crafting a differently shaped dildo?
It's true, but the fact that he still was able to retain so much joy from it, it's good for you, buddy. Good for you.
That is heartening in a way, because when you think about Adam Sandler, and he's been making dildos for I don't know how long,
right?
And he doesn't have the joy in it anymore,
right?
He just calls them movies,
right?
Tom, I'd say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So that's why for him, it's not a hand job; it's more of a hand
passion.
Yeah, that's my guess. That's my person.
Fair enough. Adam, who's your favorite character in Brews Brothers?
So for me, it's not character, it's characters, but I had to go with the founders. And for multiple reasons. Number one.
What are their names?
It doesn't matter. I don't know that they actually had names.
It's everything. He's back to zero.
Am I allowed to just
Thanks for shitting my Cheerios.
No, keep it down.
But the founders, simply because their jokes were quick, punchy, and then they got right back out. They weren't part of the overall storyline, but they were a nice kind of just relief from the garbage that was going on in the day-to-day storyline. And some previous people have talked about those are the people that they wanted to have a beer with. The founders are who I would want to have a beer with, because they weren't very, pretentious. They didn't care too much about the nuances of the beer. They just invested in a local business and they supported it, and they got to drink beer. That's the kind of guy I want to have a beer with. So the founders. Lock it in.
That is way too many points.
Did he get a point for saying lock it in?
Drink beer, that's the kind of guy I want to have a beer with, get you max points. At least I know what playing field we're at.
Remember that for later.
Oh, you forgot Steve's kind of like Morgan Freeman and Bruce Almighty right now.
Maybe some answers are more correct than others. Who knows? Sean, who's your favorite character in Brews Brothers?
My favorite character is definitely the guy who's played by Flula Borg, and I do not know his name, but it doesn't matter apparently because Adam got points for not knowing names, so let's continue with that. The reason being that he's got the goofiest personality. He's just like an agent of chaos, which is fantastic for me. I love that in any show. Although I do get a little bit, of feeling like who's going to clean that up. But other than that, the dude was just down to make things happen no matter what. So I love that about him. Also, he reminded me of the fish from American Dad, who was like real dark in his humor. Or was that American Dad? Yeah, that was it. There's so many fucking shows by Seth MacFarlane. But other than that, no, I listened to one episode, so I don't fucking know who any of these people are. How'd I do?
Honestly, you should get max points just for not having to watch the entire series.
I listened to an episode while I mowed my lawn a week
That could also be negative points. So.
I'm not here to win. I'm here to be seen by all of the listener.
Tom, who's your favorite character?
There's a couple, but I'm going to have to go with the monk. I believe his name is Truffle. And it's the monk who was, when we talked last time, he was up there with the...
Hey, Tom, you want to restart that one?
Was his name Truffle, or did I get that wrong?
You just can't pick the same character.
Oh, I said Truffle.
Oh, you said...
One more point for me.
Okay, well, then I'll go with my other character. Okay.
They should both be disqualified for even thinking that's their favorite character.
Damn. Watch any of the show.
Oh, no, I should just go on with my explanation just to prove you wrong.
Worst character ever.
So I'm going to go with Chewie then, just to pick another character, because that's the object of the game. Chewie didn't have a big role, but he did have some subtle roles. He provided, angst and some directed aggression against the Nazi forefront that came into the brewery. And his role was, is slightly a comedic departure from the rest of the shit show that went on, as known as Brews Brothers. And, I think it might propel him into other, comedic roles and other things. He had an integral part, and the part that he played, was just short little quips of, thank you for that comedic line and input that brightened the episode a little bit of the rest of the shit that I had to get shoved through while watching the rest of the show. Am I done?
Good enough.
Uh-oh.
Can we dock him 1 point for having seen the entire show, apparently?
No.
No? I think that's cheating.
And last but not least, Nikki and Eric, feel free to split your time if you want, but you still have to talk about the same character.
I think we agree. And going last, I'm surprised that no one picked this character.
That's right.
I feel like his lines were on point.
Tell him.
I would want to have a beer with him, for sure. You might say he's a very good boy, and that's Friar Lucas.
All the points. All the points.
Best character.
Points are sold out.
I was like, hey, he looks cuddly. He is having a beer. I want to be where that dog is. So, I went last, and I was like, someone's going to pick Friar Lucas. No one did, but that's the best character. He deserves an Academy Award for being the best good boy on Brews Brothers, because
on television.
Shit show,
me, Nikki.
and he had to carry it.
Like that was
If this show were to ever even fall into the lap of somebody that votes for an Academy Award or an Emmy, as this would be, I'm done. I'm canceling my Netflix.
The only person
Books only for Jason.
An award for being on this show is this poor dog that had no say on whether or not he'd be in this show.
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
Probably gave him some free kibbles. Come on now.
Yeah.
Some free kibbles.
He was the best character, hands down.
Like I said, some answers are more correct than others. Nikki and Eric, you attained as many points as I was willing to give to keep it interesting. We've reached the end of the first round table of questions, though. And that means we're getting ready to move on into our multiple choice questions. And as I said before, the multiple choice order will be decided by the point system that we have set up right now. And that means the person with the most points is going to go first. And we'll go from descending order there. So that means, Nikki and Eric, you're going to be first up.
Oh, boy.
Yes, with the multiple choice.
You were hyping me the whole time?
Yeah.
Because I was talking about a dog.
Tell him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't get a hype man, so I feel like this is really...
That did not affect points.
Probably lost a couple.
Yeah, but this dude suddenly has the most popular podcast in the world now.
Just imagine how many
Just
points
for
you
hype.
have if you were the one having to describe why the character was Eric.
Eric is, eloquent in his words. I just
don't know,
wanted
this
to
is what
talk
We're
about
typically
it.
not as eloquent as our other halves, though.
True.
Look at this. He's just hyping everybody. I love it. My new best friend.
All right. So, Nikki and Eric, are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
Ready.
All right. Who popularized the trend of eating brewer's yeast as seen in episode 5 of Brews Brothers?
That was Sam Cooke.
Ooh.
Wait.
What are you going to do, Steve?
In the episode.
Nah, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, not popularized it before taking its room into that.
Isn't that a jazz musician, technically?
Well, it was that dude in the bathroom stall. Does he actually have a character name? He's like, "Come here,
That's-
man."
That's
No.
not, I don't think that's the discrepancy here.
No.
Nope.
No, that's not the discrepancy. And unfortunately, you went ahead before there was multiple choice. So I'm going to have to disqualify you and say no.
Yells out Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
Multiple choice.
That means
That's the con of having a hype man. You guys just get overconfident.
He loves Sam Cooke, man. He's hyping him.
You should have let the other half go, Eric.
He was so excited. He was
When
like,
he gets excited, he yells Sam Cooke. That's how he is. That's how Eric is. I know him personally. He just goes like,
Adam.
Sam
Later.
Cooke.
Adam, it's your question.
So it's my question, and there are 3 answers here I can give you.
Okay.
So I do have to ask a clarification.
Okay.
Are you talking about in real life, or are you talking about purely in the show?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's in real life, but the person that is in real life is the same as the show.
So if you're talking, it's got to be Jim Cook.
Yes, Jim Cook is
Same
the
thing.
head of Sam Adams. Jim Cook is the head of Sam Adams. With that, though, Adam, you've earned your chance at the bonus point. And your bonus question is, where did Jim Cook learn it from?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
Okay.
Internet.
Okay, with that in mind, it's now open to everybody. The first person who can buzz in by saying buzz can get this point.
Do you get
Buzz.
points if you
Boston
get?
Tea Party.
That is incorrect. And I'm going to dock you points for being an ass.
Damn.
I didn't know it worked that
Very
way.
old. Sam Cooke.
Now you know.
Sam Adams is very old.
Saying nonsense for no reason gets you docked.
Sam Adams was a real person in the Boston Tea Party. How dare you?
And it looks like nobody knows. He learned it from Joseph Awades, who was the originator of the basic Miller Lite formula, as well as the Boston Lager.
Is that why you yelled Boston Tea Party earlier? Maybe you were on something.
Sam Adams was in the Boston Tea Party. How dare you? He's
All
the
right.
one that led it. I don't know if that's true.
Moving on. Tom, you're up for the next question.
All right.
Your question is, well, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry about that, Tom. It's not your turn. It's Adam's turn. Because
Yeah,
Adam
right.
Adam was next on the list after Nikki and Eric. Then it'll go Tom.
Don't worry, Tom. You'll get it soon enough.
Yes.
Leave me your bonus.
All right, Adam. How much did the original black truffle beer cost that was brewed in real life?
I'm going to say $100 a bottle.
That is incorrect. Tom.
All right, I'm going to the bathroom.
That's fine.
That's what
Tom.
you do. You get them wrong and you run to the bathroom? That's weird.
Punishment.
Talk
A
about
weird
anxiety.
binge and purge thing he's got going on.
Tom, it's your chance to answer this question. Remember, multiple choice is available.
All right.
Would you like your choices?
Yes, please.
All right, your choices are $80 a bottle, $90 a bottle, $110 a bottle, or $120 a bottle.
Let's see. I'm going to go with 110.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
We move on to Kelsey. Kelsey, are you there?
I am.
Kelsey, is the original black truffle beer $80 a bottle, $90 a bottle, or $120 a bottle?
I'm going to go with $90 a bottle.
That is incorrect. Dennis, 80 or 120?
120.
chance.
120 is the correct answer.
Wow.
Now,
Oh, is that in today's dollars?
yes, it's in today's dollars.
God, I got
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Now, Dennis, your
How many
chance for the
Bitcoins
bonus.
is that exactly?
Your chance for the bonus point. Who brewed the original black truffle pilsner?
You're saying in real life, right?
Yes, in real life.
There's no multiple choice on bonuses. Right?
Nope.
Brewdog?
Incorrect.
It was a good guess. They do weird
That's a
shit.
good guess.
3 seconds for anybody else who wants to buzz in.
East End
Buzz.
Brewing.
Dogfish Head.
Both of you are incorrect.
Buzz.
Shut up, Sean. You don't know.
Hadcaster Brewing Company. Unnamed.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Well, it seems like an England beer, doesn't it?
No, it was actually brewed by Moody Tongue out of Chicago, Illinois, using Australian black truffle.
Illinois.
That sounds bougie.
It was $120 a bottle.
It better be bougie.
Yeah.
It's bougie for being bougie. Australian truffles? Like, come on, man. You can't get no Whole Foods truffles and put them in there.
I know. That's a lot of shipping.
Or was it boozy? What was the ABV on that, please?
Actually, it wasn't boozy. It was only around, because it was a Pilsner, it was only like 4.5%, 5%.
A Pilsner?
I ain't buying that.
The untapped.
I ain't buying
What's
it.
the name of it?
It's just called the Black Truffle Beer by Black Truffle Pilsner by Moody Tongue.
Am I wrong to have assumed that was a stout? That was a Pilsner? That seems like a waste of a truffle.
Yes.
Agreed.
Well,
3.9.
depends. That truffle could really pop
3.9.
off that Pilsner, though.
I would shave it on top of the
It's
Pilsner.
5% ABV.
Yeah, 5%. So, yep. All right, moving on.
The guy gave it a half a star.
He doesn't like
disappointed.
truffle beers.
He does not air. Oh, sorry. This is a woman. This is Erica S. She's like, no way. Half a star.
She probably like skipped paying rent that month and bought that beer. Like, that's not a good
Yeah.
decision.
That beer's the reason she went homeless. So, yes, half star.
It ruined her life. I'd give that
She
0
probably had it
stars.
with a box of truffles, and the beer was worse than the box of truffles.
Yeah, she had to live in that box of truffles
term
after
is
that.
earthy and light. Earthy,
It is a
light,
Pilsner.
clean, subtle, and sweet.
Mm.
Mm.
Interesting.
And $120. No, thank you.
Sprinkle a little
You know,
bit
I
of
had my
potting
parents
soil.
come over one time, and we played a game. We went to the store, you know, where they have like all those sodas and those like, you know, pop-up candy stores you don't really see anymore. And there was like all those hundreds of millions of flavors. Well, my parents were visiting, and we went through the store, and we said, okay, everybody's going to find the worst flavor they can possibly imagine. And we're going to sit down, and we're going to try each other's flavors that they picked out for one another. And I had one picked out for me. It was a mushroom. you know, not beer, but soda
that is
pop.
a terrible.
I could imagine that this truffle flavored Pilsner is bringing those or conjuring those memories up for me, and why I would see somebody giving it half a star.
Yeah. Super earthy and gross. All right, Tom. It's your turn now to answer a question from the beginning.
All right.
Name the brewery that they filmed at in Brews Brothers.
I wiped a lot of this from my memory.
Smart move.
Buzz.
Ooh.
I'll go.
You can't buzz.
Oh, come on. I still get my multiple choice.
Oh, that's right.
He's just proclaiming his mood right now.
That's true too.
All right, Tom. Your multiple choice is it Angry Horse, Iron Triangle, Golden Road, or is it Arts Collective?
Say those again. I thought one was going to stand out.
Angry Horse, Iron Triangle, Golden Road, or Arts Collective?
Let's go with Iron Triangle.
Iron Triangle is the correct answer.
Bullshit.
I would have said Angry Horse. Good work, Tom.
You also get a chance at the bonus points. Is Iron Triangle open?
Are we talking about in general or during COVID?
Ooh, that's a good question.
In general. In general.
Seems like these technical bastards.
I'm going to say no, they're not open. They're in between seasons, but that doesn't mean the brewery isn't open. I'm saying no, they're not open because they were at the end there, which I'm still hazy on the memory because I'm trying to wipe it all out. But weren't they also in the process of getting bought out?
Yeah, the brewery's closed. It's
So I don't think so.
Yeah, they closed.
I actually knew
It's
the answer
closed.
to that question.
Yeah, it's closed. So point to Tom. All right, moving on. Kelsey, your question.
Yes.
What is the name of the game that was invented on this show?
Oh, starts with the K. We already talked about it. I need multiple choice. Is this gonna? As soon as I hear it, I'll know.
Is it A, Flugeborgen? Is it B, Knockball? Is it C, Crocked Ball? Or is it D, Cornhole?
It's crocked ball.
Yes, it is Crocked Ball. The stupidest game ever invented.
Where the first name came from?
Your bonus point question, Kelsey. What's the name of the Flemish gym teacher that invented crockball?
What an asshole question.
Isn't his name like, so many lines long?
He just says, yeah. Yeah.
This is why it's bonus.
I have no idea.
Fair enough. Open to anybody else who wants to take a shot at it.
It's like that 13-word-long French guy you had to learn back in grade school.
That is incorrect. That is not his name.
And I did not hear a buzz.
His name is Stohan. Stohan. Stojan.
What?
Stohan.
I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, I thought it was longer too.
Stohan.
It just felt that way.
Yeah.
It just felt that way.
Bazinga.
Moving on to Dennis.
I'm
Are
the only
you
one
ready?
with a half a point. Just look at that lowercase I. It's
Yeah.
just staring at me.
I
you
feel
ready?
so sorry for you right now.
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
Looking at the board.
What is the name of the brewery that they idolize and spend most of their time at when they're not at Rodman's?
Yeah, I have zero memories. So multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice. Is it Angel City? Is it Golden Road? Is it Firestone Walker? Or is it 21st Amendment?
Is it B Golden Road?
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Who the fuck
Was that incorrect sound? What the hell?
Bell tolls for the
Okie doke. Well, Jason, it's your chance to answer.
Jason's saying the first one.
Are you saying number one, Angel City?
All right, I'm at my parents' house and they have this clock that goes off every hour. That's what you're hearing. I muted it until it was done.
Okay.
Angel City is the answer.
Yes, Angel City is the answer.
I was like, how the hell did Jason do? Does he have like a pro?
I was trying to say, hold on a minute, but no.
He's just that good.
I literally
Get
just
one
went through the
extra point for a
settings. I was like, how do you do this?
Yeah, I thought he
The
had
beer
some
clock is
soundboard.
telling you it's time for the next beer.
All right, Jason, you're going to get a chance at the bonus question. Is Angel City a real brewery?
Oh, man. No?
Such a question mark. at the end of
Sounds so
that, no.
sure.
Incorrect.
I'd like to buzz
Angel
in.
Ci-
You didn't even give him a multiple choice.
It's a bonus question. You don't get multiple
I
choice.
know. And the
Yeah, I
answer
get to
is
buzz
yes or
in
no.
then.
You
Yes.
can't buzz in on like a yes or no answer.
I didn't say every bonus was going to be open to everyone.
Buzz, yes.
You didn't say that I couldn't buzz in for yes or no questions.
Damn.
Wamp, wamp.
Eric's sitting this one out. He's like, I can't hype that up. Like, he's yelling at Steve. Steve's the nicest guy I know.
All right.
That doesn't
Jason.
get you extra points, Dennis.
Oh no. I don't need him.
Like,
It's not,
that
trust me, it's not going to make a
lowercase I, sir.
difference.
Convert it.
No.
Wait another 15 minutes. You'll see it won't matter.
It all comes down to the last question.
All right, Jason. Moving on. This is your question. What is the average critic score on Rotten Tomatoes of Brews Brothers?
Do I have to hit this exactly?
I would say within 5.
Plus
Five.
I need the points, so I'm going to take a stab. 13.
That is incorrect.
Not a bad guess, though.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Jason.
Sean, what is the average critic score?
I'm gonna need the multiple choice. Actually,
Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Is it 40%? Or is it 70%?
and this is the Metacritic score, not the user.
Rotten Tomato critic aggregate.
Right. I want to say 40% because critics are idiots.
That is
It's a good
correct.
basis. Wow.
Really?
How would assume the person's an idiot? You'll get it right every
It's 40%.
Again, it's like in
It's America.
Man,
Assume you're idiots.
I hope the check's cleared first.
All right, Sean, time for the bonus question.
Mm-hmm.
What
I'm
is
not-
the audience score?
17%.
That is incorrect.
They're even smarter than critics.
Yeah.
That's not within 5.
That is definitely not within 5.
All
I'll
right,
buzz in 50%.
How much did you say?
50. She said.
50, 50.
Okay. I didn't know if you said 50 or 15. That is also incorrect, though.
Buzz, 21%.
Incorrect.
Well, I guess this is the thing.
What are you doing?
Buzz 30%.
Incorrect. It's open for everybody. You might as well
Buzz.
just go
It
for it.
12.
Even me?
Incorrect.
I wasn't paying attention. Can you repeat the question?
10.
What's
10.
the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes? Not the
Buzz
critic
Buzz
score,
again,
but
10.
24.
Come back in.
the incorrect. Kelsey, do you have a guess?
I'm going to go pee now.
I'm going to go with 37%.
Incorrect. Everybody's gotten it wrong. Nobody
Jason
gets
pulled
bonus
it at him.
points.
He got it wrong, went to the bathroom. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't blame him.
But I'll tell you what, everybody's going to be upset to find out that it's 66%.
What?
There's no way.
No.
Told you everyone was an idiot. We should have all gone with that.
6 seasons in a movie. Let's do this.
Yeah.
People like
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Do we think there will be a season 2?
I hope not.
I hope
They left it open, but I hope not too.
Is that a multiple choice
I would
question, Kelsey? And
If
also,
there's a second
can I get it within
season,
5?
guys, I don't know that I'll come on this show to discuss it.
I don't know. I will.
And then we'll be here and we'll watch all of them.
Let's hold off on the season 2 talk for now.
All right.
All right.
It's probably something that'll come up later.
My
Yes.
bad.
And that's called foreshadowing.
Thank you, Dennis. Turn that half into a hole.
Oh, there goes your half.
Wow.
What a
Anybody else
guy.
bothered by the fact that the lowercase I was taller than the capital I? This font is fucked.
Now I am.
All right. We're on to our final question of this round. And it goes to Sean. And I'm sorry.
Don't sound too disappointed.
Well, I just feel bad for you because I don't think you're going to get this one.
Okay. Well, I know that I don't get points for comedy, so I'll just pretend I'll just
That's
be
true.
very serious, and we'll just make sure the listener's very bored. Go ahead.
What are the names of the dildo store owners?
Oh, hell.
In and out. Final answer.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
That was pretty funny.
Looping back around, it goes to Nikki and Eric.
We would need the multiple choice option.
All right. Your multiple choice options are Cheryl and Carol. Karen spelled two different ways. So two different Karens. Lisa and Jillian, or no names were given.
Damn.
Lisa and Jillian.
Lisa and Jillian is incorrect. It's actually the name of
In and
the.
out.
That's the actual name of the actors who played the dildo store
Oh.
owner.
Buzz.
Kind of right.
Not a buzz.
Kind of right. Kind of correct.
Come on.
Buzz.
Man, we're going to get back in this.
Poor Jason.
But yes.
Goes to Adam. What were the name of the dildo store owners?
No names given.
That is correct.
Yeah, you got to go none of the above. I can't believe that was an answer.
Yeah, no names were
I would
given
have just remained silent
on the episode when they talked to them.
for the first time in my life.
If
They
you
were
look
such
up-
critical characters, too. I can't
I
believe
know.
they didn't give them names.
yeah, right. If you look up their names on IMDb, they are credited as Robin and Meg. But
I'm going to go to the.
Damn it, Meg.
yeah. So, bonus question, Adam.
Yes.
What is the sought-after dildo that Wilhelm asks if they carry?
Don't know.
If you did know this off the top of your head, I would definitely judge you.
I would judge me.
It's
He
mentioned.
does know it. He just doesn't want to tell us.
It's the one named after their one beer, right?
No.
No?
It is mentioned. No, it is mentioned in the show, but it's not the name of a beer as well.
I don't know. The Magnum PI.
Incorrect. Open
Not bad.
forum.
That's
Open
probably a
buzz.
good model.
Anybody got a guess?
Didn't hear the question because I went to get beer.
Oh, no, I don't.
What is the name of the dildo that they go to seek after
This question's
from the
insane.
dildo store?
Hot and heavy.
Incorrect.
Excelsior? I don't know.
Incorrect.
Wow, why
In
does that
and
sound
out.
like a real name?
Probably is.
Excelsior.
Probably is. Excalibur is also probably a real dildo name as well.
Pretty legit. That can't be cheap.
Yeah.
The Rambone.
No. It looks as nobody gets it. But first reference in episode 1, the customer at Rodman's is looking for the accommodator.
That's it. Damn it. It was right on the tip of my tongue. That's what she said.
Which Wilhelm then asks about later on in the episode 3. So, yes. So, coming to the end of this round, we have everybody in a pretty close neck-and-neck race, except for Adam, who's way ahead, and Sean, who's way behind.
Yes. This is like golf, right? We went up.
Yeah,
Hello.
let's go in.
Know what we're doing? I didn't listen to the rules.
So, with that in mind, we're going to move on to our next round table question.
One of these. Thanks.
And we're going to...
Where are we on this board here?
So, you're here, Jason. You have 6.
There are words, Jason.
It's like a farm or like a garden is where we are.
That's where we're going to be buried at the end of this episode.
Oh, this is
No, that's the ratings of the show.
Maybe those plants will grow a little better then.
No, this is the infamous This is the infamous Chaz Garden in Seattle, in that autonomous zone. Yeah.
I meant where are we and who goes first, but okay, great. I'm glad I know where the garden's from now.
Well,
Aren't they growing the wrong kind of plants for Seattle in a free garden?
I have no idea what they're growing.
And some weird botanist type question there.
It all got taken over by a homeless guy anyway, who just stomped all over it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, great.
Well, I can definitely see some tomatoes and what looks like potentially some sort of melon plant out in front there.
Yeah.
So getting extra points.
You guys have some weird skills.
I'd agree with that.
Easy to see. Maybe space between the fives.
To answer your question, Jason, we're going to start with who has the most points to start the round table, because they shouldn't have extra time to prepare. That means we're going to go with Adam to start this round off. And your question is, again, you have 1 minute on the clock, but your question is, what's your favorite episode of Brews Brothers? And defend it against all the other episodes. Ready? Go.
I'm going to take about 45 seconds to figure out how I can decide what is actually a good episode that I'm willing to defend. So I'm going to say the last episode, what was that, 8? Episode 8. I'm going to say episode 8 was the last episode, which made it the good one, because I didn't have to watch the show anymore. That's it.
0 points for the most obvious answer.
But is it wrong?
It isn't wrong.
You can take points away. I don't care. I don't have to watch this anymore.
You got 1 point for at least naming an episode, but then I took that point away for it being too obvious, and then
gave you a V.
That's 5 points.
That was incorrect.
No, slashes only.
Give me space.
It was incorrect.
Oh my God, will you put the point somewhere and just end it?
Just put a space after every 5th point.
So,
right? Am I wrong? Can you all hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I think Steve muted me.
No, you're still there.
You're just really quiet, Sean.
That's new for me.
So, moving on. It goes to Nikki and Eric. Defend your favorite episode.
I think my favorite episode was episode 7, where you had some white supremacists come. And I liked it because it is very relevant to things that are happening. I think as a brewery owner, it has to be very difficult to turn away from your customers. So if you don't agree with them, like he does not agree with them, how can you stand up for yourself? So it was silly that they had to play that stupid game. But I think that was the most relevant, is out of all of them, as someone that's been a bartender and like worked at a brewery and in service, this is the only one that I felt was like relevant to the real world. And I felt like, how would I approach, paying customers and be like, hey, this isn't cool what you're doing. And again, they threw in, Chewy's balls in the glass. I can't unsee that at this point. And I hated that completely.
Plus, as the penultimate episode to the series,
you're going over.
It really
My hype man.
The players are more they're more developed than they were in the early episode.
You're going over.
The points are disappearing. Stop talking.
Yeah.
Before you start losing points.
Take them away.
That's it.
All right. Tom, defend your favorite episode.
All right. I cannot actually tell you the number of the episode, and I would be ashamed if I could, because then that would show how much attention I pay to the show. But my favorite episode was when the monk got into the competition about describing beers with the other breweries. And it goes to, for me, it connected with me, because how many times have you been at a bar or a beer tasting event or a beer fest for that matter, and you listen to people talk about their favorite beers and why, and people get into these, just immense descriptions of all the flavors they can taste in a beer. And I can't describe to you how many times I have, and I'm pretty sure you guys have, of when you're drinking a beer, you're like, can you really taste all those 7 flavors you just described in the beer, and especially those little subtle spices you described that you can't even pick out of the back of your spice cabinet because you can't even find the damn spice because it's so cluttered? I mean, for me, one, I have a bad palate, but, at the same time, you can over-describe a beer and you can under-describe a beer, but, beer can be described in ways that connect with all kinds of people. So there's really, just a simple way to describe a beer that everyone can understand. But I connected with that episode.
Okay, good work, Tom. We're going to go to Dennis, even though he's in a tie with Kelsey. We're going to go to Dennis because he's only seen so many episodes. So I'm going to give him a fighting chance.
I was praying to God that no one was going to name this episode because it's the only one I could actually remember.
I'll give you a chance to defend it, though.
Appreciate that. Good to go?
Go ahead.
I would say episode 4. Again, it's one of the few episodes I watched. It's when all the monks show up. So a couple things about the episode that I really enjoyed. One, I can really empathize with the main character having to live at the brewery, shower back there, because being a small business owner, when I am at my office, sometimes I'm there from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I, as well, no one knows, but I would go into the bathroom, kind of take a little birdie bath in the sink, wash the face, wash the arms, and reapply some deodorant, and then keep hustling. So I could definitely understand that. And the second piece I really enjoyed about that episode, when they took the dog to go, to the dog sitter, groomer, whatever that weird lady was, and somehow they got the dogs mixed up. Like, how do you not know that you have an exact twin of Friar Lucas? Like, how do you not know that? Like that was
That's
just
your
insane
time.
to me.
I started taking off points because you were bringing up a bad point of the episode that didn't make any sense.
No, and that's I'm sorry.
That's not defending it.
I just thought it was just comical because it was so easy, to see that plot. It was just asinine.
Yeah, it was an asinine plot. It did not make any sense, but yes. So, and that brings us to Kelsey. Time to defend your favorite episode of Brews Brothers.
So I think it's episode 3 where it's the Van Nuys Brew Tour and they're trying to get on the brewery tour circuit. So they set that meeting with whoever's in charge of the beer tour, and they're getting on Untapped, and they're getting all the social posts going and trying to get hashtags trending. I just think that that's so relevant for so many breweries who are maybe starting out. That's the only way that they're going to kind of get their name out there potentially is a good social media presence, getting on a brew tour to get people in the door. I just really liked how Adam kind of just took it one level too far and was going to be hosting these super in-depth classes about, brewing and different tastes of beer and types of hops. And his brother just kind of came in and made it the huge joke with the Cicerone, and how everyone was just I think you took a point off for that, but I think it's hilarious how everyone started yelling.
That's your time.
Wow.
That's your time.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah. But, overall, you defended it well enough.
Thank you.
Which brings us to Jason. Time to defend your favorite episode of Brews Brothers.
Before my time starts, I need to ask, is this the same thing where I can't use the same episode as somebody else?
Yes.
That's crap. Adam's response to my favorite episode was terrible. Can I please do a better?
It was pretty good.
Can I please do a better breakdown of episode 8?
I'll let the panel vote.
I think
I allow it. Yeah,
That's fine.
I'll allow it.
Thank God, because I can't remember any of the other episodes that are left.
Democracy rules. Go ahead.
All right. So I think we can all agree that as a whole, the show was terrible. And episode 8 did everything in its power to pull every terrible element of every terrible television show ever written, plus the first 7 terrible episodes of this show, and just jam it all into 30 minutes of absolute dumpster fire. That's what episode 8 was.
You need to give him more points.
In the realm of this world, whether it be breweries or business in general, can some guy just swoop in and say, "No, I own your business now because you didn't file the right paperwork," and nor does the person put on this important "please turn in" or whatever the hell he said. Episode 8 was a monumental dumpster fire from start to finish, which was a complete microcosm of our series. That is why this is my favorite episode, because we've got to have, you guys have got to have now 9 podcasts about this. I think that is in and above itself better than that show could have ever done from a creative standpoint. Mark it, dude.
Extra point for that, and that's your
Extra
time.
points for saying market. I need to start saying that at the end.
No, extra points for saying that our show is better than Brews Brothers. And
Write it down.
I know where my bread is buttered.
And cue your organic sound there, Dennis.
I think Steve should get docked points for not just putting spaces after every 5th tick.
Love that we went into Rocky movie mode on the YouTube feed. This is just great.
Sean, defend your favorite episode of Brews
I
Brothers.
listened to one episode, so it's going to be episode number last. And whatever the fuck that one, I'm pretty sure Jason just described it. So
Top that.
His exact tone and just start up by saying dumpster fire. And then I'm going to continue on by saying, I didn't even listen to this pile of shit, and I could tell it was fucked. I walked out there with my fucking electric lawnmower. That's right, bitches. I don't pour gasoline in it. Unlike the dumpster fire where they poured gasoline into a dumpster and then lit it on fire. It was shit. The writing was just a fucking abomination. They just took wadded up spitballs and flung them against the wall to see what would stick. And then everyone just went ahead with whatever fucking joke that the writer's room came up with, and they just went ahead and say it anyway. There was no director. There was no editor. It was just, hey, let's all pretend we're funny, and bring in your 14-year-old child. Let's have a dick joke here. Maybe he can think of one. Fuck it. It's the first fucking thing that we can come up with, so let's just do it. Are we running out of time here? I'm pretty sure we ran out of time. Just fucking all the jokes from the rest of the series. We're done with this. We're not getting a second.
And that's your time.
Give me the jokes. The rejected jokes.
You forgot the market.
Also, dumpster fire. Oh, market. Write that shit down.
Hey, it does work. You're doing it, Peter.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of all that whatever hullabaloo, and we're ready to start our next round of questions.
This is still going? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And the questions are harder now.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Man.
How many episodes did you do before this one? 157?
Yes.
You might want to throw a PSA into your listeners that just tuned in for the first time that you've got some other good content out there.
Joke's on all you. This is the series finale. We're quitting.
It's over.
So this is how I find out, huh?
Man, this is
Best
like
joke I've
showing
ever
up to
heard.
work and having the
You
store
can't
be
fire
closed.
me. I quit.
Work in this van.
How dare
All
you come
right.
out after our podcast, make more episodes, and then quit before us?
I
I'm
know.
disgusted.
That's how good we is. With that in mind, though, let's take a look at the leaderboards. Right now, we have Tom and Jason in a tie with 14 points. We have Nikki and Eric coming up with 12. Adam and Dennis are tied with 11. Kelsey has 10. And Sean has 8.
Continued in part 2.
What
All
else have you been-
See you out there.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
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 Bye.